All right, so I want to be consistent putting out these YouTubes, but unfortunately this past weekend when I was planning on doing a video on posing and things like that, some events happened with my family. For those of you that don't know, my grandmother suffers from a rare disease. It basically is causing her body to deteriorate and just kind of wither away is the best way I can explain it to you. This past weekend, Friday night, she was admitted to the hospital, and around Saturday morning at 4 a.m., we got a call that her life was in danger and that we needed to come up to the hospital because there's a good chance that it was the last time that we were ever going to be able to say goodbye, tell her that we love her and things of that nature. And this video for me is just to kind of remind you that the importance of three things. And I think these three things are really big, and it's what three things that I've been thinking about the whole weekend, over and over and over and over again. And that's one, that you should cherish life. Cherish the individuals you're around. I appreciate different cultures and different traditions where you celebrate life and you don't sit there and grieve, you don't sit there and cry, you're not sitting there and you're not like, oh, woe is me. You're celebrating the life that that person lived. And in those moments where I was sitting there with my grandmother thinking it was going to be her last moments and things like that, I just kept thinking about how grateful I was to have such an amazing woman a part of my life. I've often considered my grandmother my second mother because I have spent so much time with her in my lifetime. She has been a huge part of who I've become and how I think and the strong will that I have. She's so disciplined, she does everything, she's so hardworking, and I cherish the moments of watching her do everything around the house and take care of my grandfather, take care of me, my mom, everyone. It's so amazing to see people do things that that you don't really think are a big deal, but again, when you get to these moments, you start to realize how important they are. And I just want all of you to understand that life is so precious. Even me, like, you don't know that I'll be here tomorrow, you don't know that I'll be here next week, but right now I'm here, and right now I have the ability to be grateful. I have the ability to have so much gratitude towards things and show the people that I love that I really love them. And I think that that's so important. Don't be afraid to show people that you love them. Don't be afraid to tell someone that you love them. It's important that they know. I mean, I don't know about you, but you couldn't tell me enough that you love me because I appreciate it. It means that you do care. The fact that you're willing to speak up is a strength within its own. And this whole past weekend, I just kept thinking about over and over again how much, I do wish that I was there certain times. I wish I was there more. I wish I would have been able to do more. In the situation that happened that led to her going to the hospital, I felt extremely responsible. I was there and I felt like I could have done more, and I put a lot of blame on myself in the moment. Not trying to be selfish in any way, just understanding that if things could have been different, that things for her might have been different. Gratefully, and I mean gratefully, that my grandmother is still here and she's okay. I don't know how. I believe it's a miracle, but the incident that was causing her to potentially lose her life somehow stopped, somehow subsided, and she was able to, recover, and she's still in the hospital right now. She's currently recovering, but man, when I tell you the amount of happiness that me and my family experienced when we found out that she was going to be okay was absolutely amazing. And I can't say it enough. Just cherish life, cherish your loved ones, cherish your family, cherish the moments. If you have kids, cherish those moments with them. If you have older grandparents, spend time with them. Share the things that you love with them. For me, I love bodybuilding, I love posing, I love all this stuff. So I share it. I show my grandparents, I show them what I do and the progress that I make. And, they may not understand, but it's still a part of them knowing you and getting to be a part of your life. And I think that's so extremely important. So the first and foremost thing is that you should cherish life, cherish the people that are around you, spend time with them, and show them gratitude, and show gratitude for life every day that you get a chance to, do what you do. The second thing is, in those moments of, sitting there and wishing, that she would be okay, wishing this, I wish that I had accomplished so much more in her lifetime. I wish that I had done more to show her the gratitude that I have for all that she's done for me. I lived with my grandparents for a large majority of my life, with my mother and things like that. And in high school, I decided to live with them towards the end. So they were a huge part of my life. And I want to, be a good bodybuilder. I want to be successful in life, and I want to show them that their hard work and investing in me pays off, and that I am able to show them that they didn't just raise a good looking guy or something like that. I think that it's extremely important to make sure that you have goals, big goals, and you go forth towards them and you accomplish them. Do things, little successes, little achievements that you can show your family, show the people that have supported you, show the people that have encouraged you. And if you don't have those people in your corner and things like that, I encourage you to look harder, because everybody has at least someone that is supporting them in some way or another. It could be a coworker, it could be a friend, it could be the guy that you just see every day on your route. It's sometimes hard to see, but they're there. There's always somebody there. So make sure that you're accomplishing things. Make sure that you're setting out for things. Don't just say, oh, I'm going to do this and I wish for that. That's what I did. I think that was one of my biggest mistakes. Instead, write down a plan of action. Write down the steps that you know it's going to take to accomplish these things. You know exactly what it's going to take to be who you want to be or do what you want to do. And even if you don't, you can Google it, guys. It's really not that hard. So don't let yourself be limited by silly things, and accomplish things so that, again, you can show that gratitude, you can pay that gratitude forward, you can give someone else an opportunity, you can show the love that they've invested in you and show that it was worth it. I think that was something that I kept thinking about when I was in the hospital. I just kept thinking, I should be an Olympian by now. I should have taken her to the Olympia with me and showed her the stage and all of these things, what I can accomplish. And I don't know if I'll be able to do that in her lifetime. I don't know how much time she has left, but it has lit a fire under me to try and accomplish things a lot faster and to do more with her and just do more in general in my life. So I think that, number one, you should cherish life. I think that's important, and I think that you should always show gratitude. But number two, I think that it's extremely important to set goals and accomplish those goals and make things happen. I think that it's just a value. It's extremely important to have a goal, write it down, the steps that it takes, and accomplish those goals. And the last thing that I want to say is that I think that it's extremely important to live life with no regrets. This all goes hand in hand, cherishing and setting goals, but you can't live life with regrets. Les Brown says, when you're laying around your bed, and on your, last day, your last moments, all that's standing around you is all the things you could have done, all the things you could have become. And I think that it's extremely important to have no regrets. If you want to go take that trip and you've always wanted to do something, go do it. If you want to be this person and you want to, do these things, go do them. Don't let life limit you. Yeah, money's a thing, but accomplish things so that you have the money to do what you want to do while you can do it. I think that that's so important. I have many regrets, and I hate that I do. I wish I didn't, but it's unfortunately a part of it. All we can do is continuously try to, do better and not make up, because there's no way to make up for what's past, but to plan better, to work harder, to be driven more, to be dedicated more. I don't know what is possible for all of us, but I know that things that have been considered impossible, people have achieved, people have done. So don't say that life's impossible. Don't say that this is impossible. Just try your best. It's all a part of life. The struggle, the ups and downs, the setbacks, the highs, the lows. Sometimes I talked to my cousin last night and I was like, man, he said it, and I've always thought this, but it's like, do you ever think that you've peaked? That you've already had your moment of success, and that time was there and you just kind of missed it. And now it may not be possible to get back there or to be better than you were. But the thing is, I believe, and I told him this, I believe so much that we have opportunities every single day that come by us. And though they may not be, big bright signs that say, hey, look at me, I'm right here. They're evident, and they are. That there's things that you can do, that that there's things that you can become. That I know for a fact that if I go to the gym and I work out and I eat right and I get good sleep, I know that my body will change. And that applies to everything in life. If you want to learn something, you spend time studying it. And if you spend time studying it every single day, or, consistently over a period of time, you're going to become more successful. When you go to school, if you go to school for 1 year, you're not going to get the degree. But when you go to school for 4 years, you get a degree, because the consistency of that discipline and that effort towards that degree is what gets you these things. So it's extremely important to make sure that you're just trying your best every day. Don't get so down on yourself, and remember that there's so many people out there that have it so much harder than us. It's ridiculous. My cousin made jokes with me, but we were talking about the comparisons of our lives, and he has a wife and 2 kids and a nice house, and he's able to be with his kids every single day, and he's able to be with his wife, and his wife supports him completely and is there for him, and his low points, has been there for everything, through everything for him. And on the flip side, I'm not with my daughter's mother. I don't get to see my daughter that much because of the relationship that I have with her mother and the way that her mother wants to do things. And for me, the things that he gets and he takes for granted, I don't get those things. I don't get to take my daughter to school. I don't get to pick her up. I get to see her a couple of times a year. I don't get to spend every day with her. I don't get to have someone that supports me like he has someone that supports him. So be grateful for all the little things you have. Understand that there are so many people out there that are going through so many things that you could never imagine, the difficulties that you don't even understand how you would be able to overcome these things and be those people, or be better than the things that you're going through, is what I'm trying to say. It's just amazing. We all have an opportunity every single day. And though things may be limited, though things may be difficult through financial, spiritual, emotional, mental, all of those things we can overcome through discipline and dedication to what we want, to who we want to become. That's me in a nutshell. I'm never satisfied with who I am, because I'm always wanting to become more. I'm always wanting to become better. And I think that that's the most important thing in my life, is to always strive to be better, to always strive to climb that ladder, to always strive to not be complacent. And one day, yes, I do believe completely I'll have the relationship I want with my daughter. And though I'll never get back the years that I've missed with her, I will be able to enjoy every single moment. And because I have missed time, I will appreciate and cherish every single moment with her up until my very last. And I think that's, again, what really matters in this world. So my 3 points overall are just cherish life, always be grateful, always show gratitude to the ones that you love and the ones that are truly there for you. Set goals. That's number 2. Set goals and accomplish them. Don't, say I'm going to do this and then just believe that that's going to happen. Yes, manifestation's a part of it, but really set goals, really write things down, create a vision board, put it up on your wall, put pictures, envision yourself before you go to sleep. Say those words in your head. I am this person. This is who I am. It's not seeing is believing, it's believing is seeing, because if you believe, and you're willing to work towards that, it will come to life. I absolutely believe it. There's things in my life that I know for a fact have come into my life because I just 100% believed, and I'm trying to get back to that mentality more and more. And then the last thing is to just live life with no regrets. Make sure that every day you're doing the things that you want to do and the things that you are striving to become. Make sure that those disciplines are there, so that one day when you do get to your last, you do live life with no regrets. That's one of the things that I love my grandmother for the most, is that she may have regrets and she may be afraid, but in those moments where she was, in pain and she was struggling and we did think it was going to be her last moments, I could see the strength in her heart. I could see the strength in her will. And as she told us all that she loved us and things like that, I knew that even though she was afraid, she accepted her life and she accepted where she was. And she has, she's very spiritual, so she has that to lean on, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for every moment that I get to spend with her, and I'm grateful for every moment that I will get to continue to spend with her, and I will cherish them all. So I hope you enjoyed this YouTube video. I'm sorry if you didn't. I'm sorry if you wanted something more different, but I just felt it was important, one, to be consistent and disciplined with my YouTube videos, but two, also share with you kind of the things that I've been dealing with this past weekend and just some of the thoughts that have been going through my mind. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'm grateful for all of you, and I hope all of you have an amazing week, amazing months, amazing years. I hope your families are wealthy, healthy and wealthy and loved. And until next time, I'll catch you later.